Morning, guys. All right, today's the day. Third try at concrete. Just moving stuff out of the way. Got my sewer hose pushed back there. Yesterday, the past 2 days, I've had a fire. Got all my brush taken care of and moved the fire pit out of the way. So we're looking good there. I'm gonna walk up to the site and make a little bit more room. I got a bunch of tools and stuff up there. He's going to be going up and down with a skid steer, so I want to make sure he has enough room. But I'll be pouring. What I'm going to probably try to do, hopefully I have time, things get kind of crazy when a cement truck shows up because time is of the essence with the concrete. But I'm going to try to put the tripod up on the hill above the site and put it on and just see what kind of footage we get. So yeah, and it looks like a good day. It's supposed to be 85 actually, so it's going to heat up here quick. It's pretty warm right now, so we'll get to it. All right, guys, up at the site here. I'm just seeing, I placed the camera up here on this hill behind the house, and I think I got a good shot. I'm testing it right now by talking here, and I'll probably put it on fast motion, get a good, he'll be coming up here with the skid steer, pouring stuff in. I'll be smoothing it. He talked about having another guy with him. I don't know how this is all going to work, but we'll see. But we're going to try to get it done today. It is hot. I can feel it. It's warm. I'm going to take this sweatshirt off as soon as I'm done shooting this. And I got to get my wagon out of the way with all my tools. I might put them right here, I think. That way, because at some point we got to put these two pieces of form back in and make sure it's level. And then he'll pour that at the very end and stuff as he backs out of here. So that's what I'll do, make sure all the tools are set. But by the way, giving you an update, leaves are almost 100%. There's some trees that are still blooming, but as you can see, that the woods just fill right in, and it actually looks pretty cool up here now. If you were up here, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but the woods look a lot thicker when all those leaves aren't on the trees. You can see. All right, guys, it's the next day. Just checking out the concrete. Looks really good. Just can even stand up on it. There's Lefty. Poncho's just up here checking it out. But it's not the smoothest, but I was able to scree it pretty good with a 2x4 Uh, so it is level with the tops of our forms. And the steps turned out pretty good. This was the worst one, but it was also the biggest one. But you can see where right here, this got pushed, this started pushing out. There was so much weight behind it. I got screws in here, but some reason they pulled out right down below here. So that's going to be a little bit of a, it's not exactly a nice 90 degrees down, like up and down. So we'll have to check on that one. Lefty, come on, Lefty, get over here. So I got the piers in here. So the guy who's laying the block is supposed to come by this evening and check out, and hopefully I can get on his books, and we'll just go from there. So the cinder block guy is coming tonight and gonna talk over. Let's check it out, make sure everything's good. But you can see that it's level. It's just not nice and flat. But everyone I've talked to said that's pretty good. There's one part that I smoothed out a little bit better. Pancho likes climbing up on that one. Hey guys, morning. Day 3. This afternoon will be the third day. I'm gonna start taking these crossboards off right now. The black guy, his guys were up here and felt everything looked okay. So for them to do block, hopefully next week they'll start. That's what he said. Um, so the biggest thing is to lay out my string lines again uh, and get these crossboards off of here. I've already started a couple of them, and we'll get those off, lay our string lines, calling for rain tomorrow, and I work all weekend, and actually this afternoon I got to work, so got some time to get up here and get hopefully that part of it done with the string line and get these boards off. So we'll do that right now, and uh, it's so green up here now. Every day I come up here, it's just the leaves are almost 100% in bloom, just totally filled in and stuff. There's a couple of buds on a tree down there, but once the leaves are on that tree down there, you won't even see the neighbor's house across the street. And in the winter, you can totally see over there through the sticks and stuff with no leaves on it. But it is filling in nice and thick here. Looks really good. A little buggy, but we're gonna have a screened in, almost like a lanai. So some of these screws look like they got filled in with some concrete, so they might be a little bit tougher to get off. So let's play it by ear here. All right, guys, all the boards are pulled, and I even pulled the steps. You can see those. 1, 2, this one over here, this one over here, and then the big double step where almost had a blowout the other day, so that's why if you look at it, it's not 90 degrees, but they didn't seem to, they said that's, they'll just work right up to that and fill it in with mortar, so, and then continue with the block up here and stuff, so. So I got that all laid out, or taken off. Collect these boards, clean this up. If I have time, I'm gonna rake this inside. He tore this up pretty good with the skid steer. But my next thing I think I'm gonna do is take these piers apart, and then I'm gonna set my transit up and start doing that. But isn't that great? That's gonna be the front porch out there. So eventually we'll thin that out a little, get a little bit better view. There's actually, if you look over that way, you can't see it obviously, but there is a mountain over there. And then this goes down into a ravine and back up another hillside up on the other side there. So it'll look kind of cool just sitting out here, I'm sure. So when the time comes, so can't wait. All right, guys, I have my string line put back up, and that's why you have, I don't know if, I think I told you this, the rebar outside the lines here. So when you pull your lines, there's should be your corner right there. And so I pulled all my lines, or my string, down to that end, over to that end, over to these two rebars over here, piece of rebar. So now the big thing is, it's called pinning your corner, and that's for the block guys to set their corner blocks. If you can see, um, if you can see the screw that I got in there, right there. The concrete's soft enough that you can tap in still a nail and make a hole, and then screw a screw in there, and it's pretty tough. And I'll pull my tape on those. I got my 4 screws in, and we'll pull tape measure and see if we're 48 by 20, and go from there. So the next step after that, if we're 48 by 20 on all the way around, then I'll pull diagonal to these pins and make sure we're square. And if we're square, then these guys can lay their block on that corner of those screws and start running both ways, out this way and this way, and know that they're going to be straight when they lay their string line and that sort of thing. So I'm just getting that ready. Then I'll probably, if I have time, I'll pull these piers and do my transit and stuff. But I just got involved in pulling the string back, so I just wanted to let you know that that's what I did next. So now I'm going to take a tape measure of everything and see where we're at. These are already, the wood I can see is coming off easier than I thought. It's not sticking at all. It did stick over in that one step in the corner, but it was kind of, because the concrete comes up over it, I'll have to pry that out, get a flat bar or something. But so far so good on the rest of it. By the way, Mike, this is for you, and you know who you are, Mike. I am saving my screws because you can use them again. By the way, Mike knows that that's an inside joke between him and I. Can't wait to see you guys this summer too. So, guys, this is pretty good for only the second time doing this, pouring my own forms. The first time, of course, with Shannon, but this one mostly setting it up on my own, and not having a blowout. So a lot of times you just can't, you don't get over how heavy concrete is, and especially when it's coming in and pouring in, and it can just blow out wood that's not secured. And we almost had it over there, and by the time I caught it, put some more screws in over here, it had already leaned, and you ain't getting that back. So it is what it is. It'll still work. So that one's done. See this one here. I'll come up here with the wheelbarrow or the wagon or something and collect all this wood. Put it somewhere down over the hill there. Keep it just for scraps. When you're framing and doing all that kind of stuff, we'll use a good part of it again. Like to get every screw out too, just for not stepping on something when you're walking over. Like you never know when you're walking over a pile of wood and you got a screw stepping up. Especially, I got good work boots on, but some people will be up here in sneakers, I'm sure. All right, guys, hear that beep? If it's a solid, right there, a solid noise, you're perfectly level. If it's beeping, it'll give a direction on here, up or down. But as long as it's beeping, that means we're well within them laying mortar and stuff. So that's good news because that'll mean a block will fit uh, for our beams. I just got to pull a string at a certain height and see how high we have to go. Uh, it'll be determined on the block wall over here and how far we get. So, or how high this block wall is at either end, and then you pull a string across here and you lay this block up to it. So it's good. And that one was it's lower because you actually go uphill to this other one, and so that's 8 inches, and that was beeping too, so we're good. Um, Once again, your form shouldn't change that much unless you had a blowout or something. This one's a little high here, but that's because we had to put that form in. You had to bring in the concrete, and then when we got worked it up to here, we put that form back together, and there was no time for trying to get this transit out and stuff. We had concrete setting up. We just had to play with our level and just make sure it was level, but it is a little bit high there, I can tell. And we'll just have to, hopefully the guys will work with that. But everything else turned out pretty good, actually. In fact, where I have my laser set up in that high corner is actually a little low, and you can clearly see it. There's actually a puddle of water in that corner, and um, so these were all shooting a little bit, like they were acting like they were a little bit high, but I think it's that corner. So that corner, they'll smooth that out, get that to come up about half an inch even, and maybe an inch, and the rest will be good. So yeah, so that's good news. Everything's good news, um, except for that corner. I didn't like that corner's so close on when we start laying block. It is only about, in some spots, it's only an inch off, but it does come back to 4 inches, but it is going to be close. But it's still, I mean, it's well within. I mean, it's not like the blocks are hanging off the edge and stuff. So, all right, we're good. All right, guys, good day up there. Just sitting in the shade here. It's heating up fast and it's humid. It's supposed to break tomorrow. We're supposed to get a rainy day tomorrow, and it looks like all next week's going to be back in the 70s, 60s, and then 40s at night even. So that's cool. So everything turned out good up there, and I'm happy about that. So if these guys pulled up right now, they could start laying block, I feel. Uh, I'll keep taking forms off, but they don't have to have those forms off to lay the cinder block. So, but everything else is done, and I'll clean up the site a little. I want to grade the inside with my rake and make that nice and even as possible. It does go uphill towards the one end, um, but yeah, it's looking good. So I think I'm going to end the video here, and hopefully the next video will start showing the cinder block walls going in. I'll also finish, you can see half the barn is gray and half still has the primer, and I got to finish that up. So I got a third of it done, I'd say, and 2/3 left. I got the big end, gable end at the one end to do, and the whole back, and then part of this front. So I guess about 2/3. So, but it's going good. Bill cut our lawn, our neighbor, uh, again yesterday, so it's looking good, nicely cut. I like it. Pancho's laying here in the shade. He knows he's black dog, so he knows to get out of the sun. He's smart enough. Whereas Lefty, I don't know if you can see him. Lefty doesn't mind the sun, so he's got the white fur. Anyways, I got to get ready for work. So hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up as always. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we'll see you on the next video. See ya.